Have you ever encountered a young woman offering a warm smile to an older man and wondered, is that just politeness? Or is there something deeper behind it? Could it be admiration, respect, or something most men never even realize? When faced with such a situation, many men simply assume it's a common act of courtesy, a social gesture without much meaning. Some may even be skeptical, thinking it's a habitual communication method for women, devoid of special emotions or thoughts. But what if I told you that sometimes, within that seemingly ordinary smile, lies something much more profound? What if I told you that it could reflect a subtle recognition of qualities the man possesses, qualities that he may have forgotten or never truly appreciated? In modern society, men seem increasingly uncertain about their place and value. They are surrounded by ever-changing definitions of masculinity, power, and their roles in relationships and life. Many gradually lose confidence in their worth, strength, and experience. Yet, despite all the social shifts and new cultural norms, one truth remains unchanged. People, especially women, have an instinctive response to a certain kind of man. A man who exudes steadiness, composure, and wisdom, refined through time. A smile is sometimes more than just an act of politeness. It can be a silent acknowledgement, an unconscious recognition of the presence of a man who has weathered many storms, yet remains steadfast. It is a response born from a deep, primal instinct that existed long before modern society's social norms. And if a man can recognize this and see his true value reflected in these small, yet meaningful signs, perhaps he will no longer have to doubt himself. A smile from a young woman to an older man is not merely an expression of superficial attraction. It is not just about wealth, status, or power, as many mistakenly believe. Behind that fleeting smile and those sparkling eyes, there is sometimes something deeper, a subtle understanding of stability, of experiences forged through the years, and of an unwavering strength that time cannot erode. When an older man receives a smile from a young woman, his initial reaction may be confusion or indifference. He may tell himself that it is simply a polite gesture, a common social courtesy, nothing more. The more skeptical might dismiss it as a mere habit of social interaction, devoid of any special meaning. But if he observes more closely and looks at it from a broader perspective, he will realize that such a smile is rarely accidental. More often than not, it is a natural response to the qualities he exudes, a steadiness, an experience that women, regardless of the era, can recognize and appreciate uniquely. Despite the changes in society, new perspectives on gender, and the roles each person plays in relationships, some values remain timeless. Women may not always be consciously aware of this, but on a deeper level, they are drawn to men who possess both age and presence, a calm confidence, and a strength of character shaped by years of experience. It is a kind of attraction that is neither loud nor ostentatious nor powerful. When viewed from the right perspective, that smile is not merely a social courtesy. Sometimes it is a silent, yet meaningful acknowledgement, an unspoken understanding that the man before her has endured the ups and downs of life and remains steadfast. It is a subtle sign of admiration, an instinctive response that stems from a primal human connection, one that logic may not yet define, but emotions have already recognized. Women, especially young ones, instinctively recognize qualities that signify steadiness and experience. Whether they are fully aware of it or not, they are often drawn to signs of strength, physical strength, mental resilience, intellectual depth, and emotional stability. When an older man carries a sense of composure, confidence, and self-mastery, it unconsciously triggers a natural response in a woman's mind. And that response is often expressed through a smile, a brief yet profound moment of silent acknowledgement that says, "I see something in you that is worth appreciating." This recognition does not necessarily carry romantic implications, though in some cases it may lead to that. More often, however, it is a form of deep appreciation for the presence of a man who has faced life's challenges and endured hardships, yet remains unshaken, continuing to exude a quiet strength that is uniquely his own. In today's world, where both the young and the old are caught in a whirlwind of uncertainty and self-doubt, a man who possesses dignity and confidence without the need for display becomes a rare presence. Still on their journey of self-discovery, young women have a keen sense of those who had walked the difficult path before them and emerged stronger. That is why such a smile is not merely a social gesture, but a reflection of an instinctive recognition, something deeply ingrained in human nature since ancient times. Throughout history, wisdom and experience have always been valued. In past civilizations, elders were respected and served as pillars of strength for their communities. They were the ones people turned to for guidance, for direction, and for help in facing life's challenges. Even in today's fast-changing world, where traditional values may seem diminished, the fundamental principles remain intact. Human instinct still recognizes and appreciates experience, steadiness, and wisdom accumulated over time. When a young woman smiles at an older man, she may not even fully understand why. But deep within that response lies a natural acknowledgement, a feeling of reassurance, perhaps even respect, for a presence that exudes a unique strength. It is not a meaningless action, nor merely a polite courtesy. It is how human nature responds to values that never go out of style. Unfortunately, many older men fail to recognize this. They have been led astray by the misconceptions of modern society, believing that, as they age, they become invisible and that their value diminishes over time. But that is not the truth. It is merely a narrative that today's world has constructed, a story that has made men forget that experience, resilience, and wisdom have never lost their appeal or significance. The smile they receive is not a random gesture. It is a signal, a reminder that strength of character, composure, and mastery over one's life remain valuable, regardless of the era. And for those men who are perceptive enough to recognize this, it serves as a silent affirmation that they still have much to contribute, that their presence still holds influence. However, today's society seems intent on convincing older men that they no longer matter. The glorification of youth, the rapid rise of technology, and the ever-changing social norms have all contributed to the false notion that when a man reaches a certain age, he must step aside, that his wisdom has become outdated, that his role is no longer essential. But this is not the truth. It is merely an artificial construct of a society that prioritizes novelty over genuine value. Because no matter how much the world changes, some things cannot be replaced. Experience, stability, and wisdom, qualities that only time can cultivate. And those who truly understand this will never be swayed by fleeting societal notions. Instead, they will continue to assert their value naturally and steadfastly, just as they always have. The truth is that age does not diminish a man's worth. On the contrary, it can elevate it, provided he knows how to use the years behind him to grow wisely. Experience, discipline, and mental resilience cannot be acquired overnight. They are the results of time, challenges overcome, and lessons learned through failure and success. In a constantly changing world, these qualities do not lose their value. If anything, they become more important than ever. However, the sad reality is that many men have been convinced by the false belief that aging makes them less significant. This very mindset causes them to withdraw, become passive, and lose the qualities that once allowed them to stand firm amidst life's uncertainties. But a man's true value does not lie in the years he has lived. It lies in how he uses his time to continuously grow stronger, wiser, and more steadfast. When a young woman offers a smile to an older man, It is often an unconscious acknowledgement of the qualities he carries within him. It does not necessarily have romantic implications. More often, it is simply a natural response to a solid presence. A presence that evokes a sense of security in an ever-changing world. The greatest tragedy is that many older men fail to recognize this. They convince themselves that their worth has faded with time, and that they are gradually becoming invisible. But the truth is, they are not diminished by age. Their perception of themselves diminishes them. Society will always need strong men who have spent their lives shaping themselves into symbols of resilience and integrity. And those who understand this and hold on to their strength, wisdom, and principles will never be forgotten. Some older men feel they have lost their place, not because they have aged, but because they have stopped acting like true men. It is their response to aging that determines their influence. A man who remains passionate about life, continuously grows, leads, and contributes will always command attention. The respect he earns may not always be openly expressed, but it is always there. And when a young woman smiles at him, it often stems from a deep, instinctive recognition, an understanding of something solid, something strong and enduring in a world full of uncertainty. The real question is not whether the world still values him, but whether he still recognizes his worth. No one but himself has the power to decide when his value ends. He remains a formidable presence as long as he holds on to his spirit, wisdom, and dignity. No matter how much time changes, human nature does not. The world will always need strong men, and those who understand this will never be forgotten. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We hope these insights provided you with a fresh perspective and helped you gain a deeper understanding of this topic. If this content has inspired you, brought value, or encouraged self-reflection, then that is the greatest goal we strive for. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and share it to spread the message further. And if you have any thoughts or opinions, feel free to comment below. We would love to hear from you. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.